Had a bit of dilemma with my next video. Do I annoy the British or do I annoy the Americans? Now, unfortunately, the events in Parliament are constantly changing every single day, so I've decided to go for the Americans. Well, to be exact, the Republican Party. Hello, I'm Mr. G, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Is it me or are the Republicans losing it since Donald Trump took over? Considering some of the things that they've said and tweeted, it does make me wonder if they're losing their minds. So let's take a look at some of them, starting with this guy. First on my list for saying things that are a little bit odd is Representative Matt Schaefer. Now I woke up Sunday morning to hear that another mass shooting had taken place in Texas. I had found Schaefer had tweeted in the aftermath of the shooting with these. Do something is the statement we keep hearing. As an elected official in Austin, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not going to use the evil acts of a handful of people to diminish the God-given rights of my fellow Texans. Period. None of these so-called gun solutions will work to stop a person with evil intent. Firstly, God didn't come up with those rights. Those rights were given by those men who wrote your amendments. And I'm pretty certain those men hadn't even contemplated the advancement in weaponry since their time. Secondly, in my opinion, God doesn't exist and therefore doesn't interfere with what man is doing. I say no to red flag pre-crime laws, no universal background checks, no to bans on AR-15s or high-capacity magazines, no to mandatory gun buybacks. If you're not going to change the law, then please do background checks. Because if a person's got a criminal record, they shouldn't be allowed a handgun. Also, how can you justify an automatic rifle for home defence? A handgun maybe, but an automatic weapon? What can we do? Yes to praying for victims. Yes to praying for protection. Yes to praying that God will transform the hearts of people with evil intent. Yes to fathers not leaving their wives and children. Yes to discipline in the homes. Oh yeah, like thoughts and prayers have really helped in the past. Did you not read what you wrote before you hit the post button? Thoughts and prayers have absolutely no use whatsoever. And they're not like a shield of steel that protects people and changes people from doing evil intent. Yes to supporting our public schools. Yes to giving every law-abiding single mum the right to carry a handgun to protect her and her kids without permission from the state. And the same for all other law-abiding Texans of age. Now, unless you have background checks, how can you tell if they would have been law-abiding citizens? Yes to your God-given constitutionally protected rights. Yes to God, and no to more government intrusions. As I said earlier, God didn't give you those constitutional rights, because if God existed, he won't want people to have easy access to firearms, because that contravenes his thou shalt not kill commandment. So, if you believe in God, surely you're going against his wishes. Also, the US this year suffered from 300 mass shootings. So surely it's about time America realises that easy access to firearms is not the answer. Another Republican steeped in controversy is that of Steve King. Now those who watch my videos will know King from my last video, which was my COTM, where he said that rape and incest was the only thing that kept the human race alive. Now it seems that King once again has put his feet firmly in it. King tried to make a joke about China's alleged treatment of Muslims. He said the Chinese are sterilising Muslim women and making them eat pork. That's the only part I agree with, King said. Everyone should eat pork. No matter how you feel about somebody's belief system, you can't force them to do something against their ideals. Imagine someone was forcing him to do something that went against everything he believed in. King has constantly made remarks that have been inflammatory throughout his time as a senator, including saying, how long will it take before an entire US congregational district is supplanted by illegal aliens? And this tweet from the 16th of August. At Randy Fenstra, you claim to be 100% pro-life, yet attacking the leading pro-life member of US House of Representatives for my support of conception. You are, in your own words, bizarre. You favour exceptions for rape and incest. That's not 100%. Why is it that men like King think it's okay to control a woman's body? You see, if he was really pro-life, he would back a law that forces all men to have a vasectomy, which can be reversed until they are ready to have children. You see, it's not about controlling both sexes, just females. King has vowed, despite his views, he will be running next year. Let's just hope the people have had enough and kick him out. The greatest epic fail of the Republican Party in the last 3 years is their leader and US President Donald Trump. Trump is notorious for tweeting and saying the most stupidest of things. In the aftermath of the latest Texas shooting, Trump said the gunman was another sick person and really hasn't changed anything to gun control and background checks. Well, I disagree, because with a background check you can narrow down a person who's a threat to society. Surely it's better to prevent these evil acts from happening in the first place. Also, Trump believes he's the second coming when he replied to a person claiming he was just that. Thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world. Not just for America, he's the best president for Israel in the history of the world, and the Jewish people in Israel love him. Like he's the king of Israel, they love him like he's the second coming of God, but American Jews don't know him or like him. They don't even know what they're doing or saying anymore. It makes no sense, but that's okay if good for all Jews, blacks, gays or anyone. And more importantly, he's good for everyone in America who wants a job. Wow. Firstly, the fact that he thinks he is the second coming kind of screams at narcissism to me. Secondly, anyone with a bit of savvy and who knows what's going on wouldn't like him either. And thirdly, he's not for the gays, because recently he tried to make a law that it was legal to sack gays from any kind of employment. Another example of Trump's stupidity is this tweet dated the 7th of June. For all the money we are spending, NASA should not be talking about going to the moon. We did that 50 years ago. They should be focused on much bigger things we are doing, including Mars, of which the moon is a part, defence and science. Firstly, the last time I checked, the moon is part of the Earth, as it's made up of the same stuff. Also, this guy claimed he was a genius. Well, Mr. Genius, I think it's time you brushed up on your astronomy. Also, the Republican Party attract men like Mark Taylor, Christian author and a huge Trump supporter, who tweeted stuff like this. The Lord showed me the hordes of chaos had been released, and Satan's pastors had been activated. These pastors are a part of chaos. You know them by their fruit, attacking Trump, pro-Democrat, or anything that helps the kingdom of darkness. Be careful who you follow. When someone writes stuff like this, I just automatically think nutter. And the thing is, God doesn't talk to people. Now, these kind of people, I would say, would be the pastors of chaos. Oh, that's a point. I'm attacking Trump. Does that mean I'm a pastor of chaos? You know what? It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. So that's just a few reasons why I believe the Republican Party are just broken. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, with people like them and Candace Keller who believe that gays are responsible for mass shootings. You see, if I lived in America, I probably would vote Democrat. But then again, if I looked deeply into them, I imagine I could find fault with them too. So what do you think? Do you think the Republicans are a broken party, or it's just a blip while Trump is in power? I would love to hear from you. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Take care and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.